A serpent lights the ancient sky of dread of tainted stars.
Hey guys, trying to see if the stream is going to pick up here. Ah, there we go. Alright, so just doing a little bit of oh, I need to mute this. There we are. And there's my profile. There we are. Okay. I guess I could get Audacity up there as well. I should probably go into 1080p as well. I wasn't prepared for today. One moment. I had, this whole week has been all kinds of screwed up. So, let's see where we at. So my resolution. Anyways, yeah, this whole week has been really bizarre, and excuse me. Figured I'd go ahead and try to take a moment and do some more games. Let's see, this should now. I'm gonna have to get into this. Okay. So yeah, today's gonna be kind of a quick one, I think. I don't know that I'm going to be doing a whole lot. Definitely not 2.5 hours like last time. But basically, just kind of wanted to go over. I've been playing this now mainly at night, and I probably should start just streaming even at night. It's not that big of a deal. But I'll do that. Okay. And log in. All good. I think still says 1920, but let's see if it's got everything. Nope, it is still cutting the screen. Why are you cutting the screen? This is probably not going to work the way that I want it to, but okay. All that flipping around, and we're still not going right. Why are we not doing right? What is wrong? The scene. That's why. Okay. Professional. Right here. Anyways, so like I was saying, I am probably going to do a pretty quick one today. I actually just need to, on this character, get logged in real quick because I guess the server went down last night and I'm out in the middle of hostile territory and I don't want to be there logged out. So I'm going to log in, get to a safer zone, and then jump back on Dar, which I have not actually played him at all since we last left off. And I'll go over some of the mods and stuff that I've got set up and, you know, kind of go from there. Alright, so let me jump in here and do this hopefully quick. Oh, play. Anyways, I mean, it's a low-level area. It's still beginning, but it's still hostile territory, and they're not super lower than my level, so gang up on them. Enough of them gang up on me could be a bad thing. Ah, yep. God damn it. God damn it. I figured that would happen. Sons of bitches. No, I'm not gonna... No, I'm not wasting the soul gem for that. Oh, that's... right. I was right here. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and log here. Because it wouldn't even let me log out last night. Like I was trying to, when everything just stopped, like I was in the middle of attacking stuff and I could keep attacking and the mobs would just stop and do nothing. They weren't taking damage, nothing was going on. So I was like, alright, well, I'll try to log out. And I was like, nope, you can't log out while you're in combat. I was like, well, shit. What do I do? So, even trying to quit the game, it wouldn't let me do that because I was in combat. So, all that I could do was just shut down the game. So, not good, but what can you do? Oh, take some equipment damage, which is actually, I guess, okay because I have no inventory space and I've got a couple of repair kits I need to use, so I'll do that when I get back in later. When I do actually play this game, stream it, I'll probably mostly focus on Dar, but I'll probably jump back and forth, and I will, of course, have multiple other characters that I'm going to work on, because I definitely want to work on somebody in the Daggerfall Covenant, and I want to have at least one character for each class. God, I gotta turn this thing down. I can't even hear myself. Like, I can't hear my own self talking. Oh crap. I need to apparently adjust all these things. Okay. Let me do that real quick. This should go up here. And since I haven't done anything with this character yet, I'm probably going to run into a lot of these mods that need to be readjusted. To make sure, yeah, founder's disabled. I think that that's going to be handy in raids and stuff, but not while I'm normally playing. And I think everything else is okay. Yeah, okay. And I found a few of these that are like, I can get rid of them. So I'm not going to go over those. But anyways, as you can see, at the very top, up in this area here, this is part of Wicked's suite. And basically, it has a ton of new features that are added to the game. One of them is this little mini bar, which is very helpful just in general to see not only what time it is, what your current FPS is, and why it's only 45. I've been getting like 80. Making sure that my stream is still hitting 30. Yeah, okay. I normally get around 60 to 80 frames per second, so I don't know why that's going so low right here. Anyways, it tells you where you're at, what your level is, how much you have left to get to the next level. If you have a horse, which I don't yet, but I'm about halfway there on Chandril. It tells you, your horse feed timer to be able to level up your horse and get more speed or more stamina or more storage space or whatever. I think this is your bag space, so it's telling me I've got my bag is 70% full. This is oh crap, what are they called? Soul gems. How many soul gems you have, how many of them are filled. This is your money, this is your current waypoint, and you can actually add more to it. It is the, I believe, Wicked's toolbar. So you can add in all different kinds of stuff here. So if you're a vampire werewolf, you can turn that on, and so now you have your vampire werewolf experience. If you have your, is it the alliance points? Okay, yeah, that's what that is. That's the alliance points. But if you have items that need to be repaired, it tells you how much it's going to cost to repair your items. If you have weapon charge, it'll tell you what your weapon charge remaining is. And any research timers that you have going on will show up in here. Clothiers, woodworking, and smithing. So on Chandril, I've got several things going on researching. So I would probably benefit by turning those on. But right now, I'll just leave them off. So yeah, it's a good one. The full immersion is the other one that I like a lot. Allows you to basically hide. Like here, I want to have my helmet only show up when I am in combat, but otherwise I want it to be hidden. So here we'll do get my character here, down the iron helm. So we got that. So we are no longer in combat. Go into this, don it there. Okay, for some reason that is not working. So just do that and find a place to go attack something. gotta set up. Oh my god, it's even keyboard bindings are per character. Oh, that's super annoying. Find something here. My god, there's nothing out here. What the hell? Oh, that's why that was feeling weird. Okay, so that was the auto run button. Oh. Okay, I've got to redo all this stuff. Hey, Buttersword. Thank you for joining the stream. I am confused right now because it's a character I haven't played in a while and all my key bindings are wrong. I'm trying to show off some of the mods here too.
You there?
Wait,
Please.
can I?
Please help us.
What?
They'll
What?
burn the town. Please. Please help us.
Oh yeah, Khajiit Speak. That's another mod that I have on there. So basically it turns all my dialogue options into Khajiit Speak. Who set the fire?
Soldiers came to town. They were dressed like the Marines, but they set fire to the buildings. I heard someone say they were really part of the Veiled Heritance, that splinter group.
Alright, you should get clear.
The Canon Reeves' daughter, Elenwyn, organized an evacuation. Last I saw, she was heading for the barn on the west side of town. Go quickly, please.
And you notice with the scrolling text coming in, that's another mod called Slow Dialogue. So it brings the text in over time versus just popping it in to screen immediately. I'm kind of torn one way or another on this one just because sometimes if you have to go back in and get another dialogue tree going, you have to wait for the whole thing to get there before it'll actually show up your options. So I might actually disable that one, but I do like that it doesn't just dialogue immediately pop on the screen. Oh god, how do I put my weapon up? Shit. Nope. Nope. Okay. I have a point available? Why do, okay. Cool. Let's go with stamina. And I'll figure that one out later. Shit. I don't remember how to put weapon up. Nope. Okay, Z. There we go. Ah! I just want to find something that I can attack to show off. There we go. Of course, this is going to be... So, okay, so there, my helmet is on. And now, battle is done, helmet goes back off. And this right here would be nice to either have a voiceover or just pop on screen. So we've intercepted the Marines. The extra gear has been stashed for future use. As ordered, none were slain in the ambush. They're bound in the cellar beneath the meeting point for the Veil. Okay. So. Now, oh god. Turn off the zone chat. Just not happening. Everything else is good. Okay. And I'll probably spend some time after this stream to get all my keys configured for this character. I that kind of sucks that it's character dependent key binding. You would think that would be account wide, but oh well, what can you do? Okay, so let's see some other mods here. I call them mods just because I'm used to Skyrim, but they're technically add-ons. They're not as full-featured as you would get in Skyrim, but they are handy nonetheless. As you can see, obviously, the mini-map there in the corner is a add-on that does exactly what it says on the tin, adds mini-map. And I've also got to turn off the lore books and sky shards because that kind of ruins the whole immersive exploration that I'm going for here. But you can also see that the map itself is only parts that I've actually explored are being uncovered instead of showing everything. And I've got mods that will, keep track of sky shards. I've got a mod that'll keep track of any crafting, like resource points, ore veins, chests, logs, stuff that I can pick for alchemy. It'll actually mark them on the map once I've found them, not beforehand. And then I've got the ones, like I said, that the lore books, the sky shards, and there was one other one. I think those are the two. And you can set them to not show by default, only to show up when you actually found them. So I'll be turning those off, I believe. And yeah, so the mini-map just kind of helps me keep my bearings, so I'm not just running around blind. At least in town, that's mainly when I've been using it. Otherwise, I like the compass just showing my heading where I need to go. But in town, since the town's okay, so I wasn't streaming this when I first went to Bleak Rock Isle with Chandril, but that was where I basically, realized the scale in this game is pretty massive. If you're used to Skyrim or Oblivion or Morrowind, they're big games, but when you get into a city, even a city like, Windhelm or I guess Solitude would be probably the biggest city in Skyrim. It's tiny compared to this, and this is the starter city. This is like not a capital city. This is just nothing compared to what you would be going into once you actually get into the capital cities. So for something like this to put a city like Solitude to shame, I kept getting the feeling that this is probably a pretty much larger scaled game. And then I got to Bleak Rock Isle, which is a quest for the Ebonheart Pact. And I saw the first barrow that the Nords made. Well, not the first one they made, but the first barrow of the game that I've seen that were made by Nords. And this barrow was massive compared to my character, where in Skyrim you look at the barrows and it's just the little U-shaped opening. It has the door that goes into it, and you go around into the entrance that gets you down into the dungeon. In this game, the barrow was like, it was still the U-shaped, but it was massive, like up to the top of that little hill there, massive. So as you got closer and closer to it, it just kept towering higher and higher over your head. And that's what really confirmed that, yeah, this game is scaled much higher than Skyrim was, or Oblivion, or any of them, which is good. I like that. That was one of the only disappointments, if I had any disappointment to say about Skyrim or Oblivion specifically, is how small the worlds actually are, for just being able to play. So I'm really hoping that that they open up the map, because right now you only have these areas that you can go to. There's a little Bleak Rock Isle. Yeah, Bleak Rock Isle there. So this is all that you can explore in this world. So most of the bigger part of Somerset Isles is not done yet. Most of Hammerfell is not done yet. Most of High Rock is done. Just missing this area here. Most of Skyrim is unexplorable. Craglorn, I believe, is the Forsworn area, which is probably not Forsworn at this time. I'm trying to remember when they're in lore, when they're were actually kicked out and became the Forsworn and not just Bretons. Most of Morrowind on the side here is not yet available. Only this little tiny bit of Blackreach, or not Blackreach, Black. Oh crap! I forget what the name of the Argonians is. Is elsewhere. Valenwood, you got most of that in there. Most of the coastal area and the outer areas of Cyrodiil aren't quite available yet. Vardenfell obviously is not. Solstheim is not. So when they first announced this game, they talked about you'd be able to go everywhere in Tamriel. So I'm hoping that either through future expansions or just free updates to the game, that we get all of this opened up at some point. Right now we got East March, so you can do Windhelm, you can do the Rift, but nothing, none of the Reach over here, none of the Pale, none of the Hjalmark. I always have trouble saying that one. None of Falkreath, none of the Whiterun Hold that people are probably most familiar with coming into this game. So, yeah. Anyways, getting back out of that. So yeah, the scale is massive of this game, and if they open it up to actually have the entire continent of Tamriel available, my main reason for wanting to play this game was just for that exploration. Obviously I'll play through, get level 50 or whatever the top level is, and probably do some PvP and stuff like that down in Cyrodiil, but my main want was to just explore the entire continent, see the stuff that we've not yet been able to see, and so I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, more mods. This quest tracker over here, the end game does have a quest tracker like by itself, but I believe it's only one at a time. So this one is Wicked's quest tracker, and it'll actually keep track of the area you're in, what quests you have. It'll keep track of guild quests that you have. So for like the Fighters Guild or the Mage Guild, and the Undaunted, and when they do bring it in eventually, the Thieves Guild. And I believe this game takes place right around the time that the Dark Brotherhood is getting started. So we may actually see a Dark Brotherhood guild line coming in. And alright, what other add-ons we got? Dustman is a mod that basically takes all of the stuff in here that you can't really use and automatically adds it to the junk. So like, and I haven't, again, because it's character dependent, I've got to go through and set all these things up, so I'm not going to do it right now. But if I pick up something that I can't actually use, or like the carapace parts that you get from some of the mobs, some of the skins that you get that are really just made to be sold to vendors, it'll automatically junk them. And then when you get to a vendor, let's see if I can find a vendor here. There's one over here, I believe. It will automatically ask if you want to sell all the junk, and if you do, you just hit yes. If you don't, Of course, you can scan through, see what was actually marked as junk to make sure that you're not selling anything you do want to keep. And it will also automatically repair equipment.
Can I help you?
So if I go... Oh, that's a guild store. Damn it. I gotta find an actual vendor. This one should do it.
Welcome to Volkagard. What can
Okay.
this one procure for you?
So there we go. So it automatically repaired all my equipment. And I don't have anything marked as junk. Well, I did mark as something as junk, so I'll just go ahead and sell it. So I just sold whatever I had in here. And that's basically just a convenience mod that I wanted to make sure was set up. And what else do we have here? Some of these aren't quite working. Oh, clock is this little clock up here. And it's actually the Tamriel time. I'm only putting it there because I don't know if... I'm coming from Final Fantasy XI, and gardening, cooking, any kind of crafting that you did was highly dependent on the weather, the moon phase, what time of day it was, what day it was. And I don't know if ESO is going to be the same, or I think that's a mod actually right there. I think that's Azura's mod that you can move. That's a little note or a tooltip or something. I need to do that. I need to move that out of the way. Anyways, I don't think ESO's crafting is going to be quite that intense or quite that dependent. But just in case it is, that's why I did the Tamriel clock, so that I could actually have it available at any time. I used to have not a mod, because Final Fantasy XI didn't really have them, but there were websites that you could have open in another window or another screen or whatever. That would keep track of what time of day and everything that it was. Even some quests were dependent on what time of day it was. So that is why I put that one there. And the Azura mod is actually pretty nice because it lets you completely alter your screen, your UI, where you have things showing up, and so you can, like the active combat tips here, I think is what that little black dot was over here, because it's actually right now the entire screen. But see, yeah, if you do that, then it becomes just this tiny little dot here, and I'm not entirely sure what the deal is. Anyways, so yeah, you can move notifications down if you have those. If you have subtitles, you can move them around. Quest tracker, you can move that around. Alert text is, I'm gonna move that to here, and it's locks to or snaps to grid, so you can better center things if you want it to stay looking nice. You can actually resize the stat bars if you want to. And okay, so we'll close that. There we are. Yeah, that's that little black dot there. Come on. It's so hard to grab this, and it's like once I actually got it before, I just left it wherever it was. Ugh. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So anyways, we'll just unlock that. And what other add-ons do we have here? So Theater is a mod for doing all the emotes in the game. You can set up hotkeys for favorite emotes if you have several of them that you would do at a lot. You could set them up for hotkeys, or you can just have a full list of all of the emotes in the game. So you just click it and do the emote. Wicked has something kind of similar in the chat here that just has this added to it, so you can actually scroll through. But there, you can see there's so many of them that gets kind of unruly. So let's look at, excuse me. I think it was a key binding. Okay. Previous. Next. And journal. So there we go. Okay, so now that pulls up a list there, which is a little bit more manageable, and you can obviously move it around where you want it to go. So you can just do pod. And then when you're done, just put it away. So that found that to be kind of handy. So I'm gonna hold on to that one, even though it's in the chat menu as well with Wickeds. And what else do we got? Foundry Tactical Combat. I'll go ahead and turn it on just to show you what it looks like. But this is what I didn't like, is that, well, it's not going to let me do it. It puts your health, your magic, and your stamina all on one side, your level gain all on one side, your target down there, which, you know, is going to be handy in like a raid or something because it keeps it nice and concise. But, you know, again, it kind of breaks that whole... For me, I'm going for the immersive play, so it kind of breaks that whole thing. So I will actually keep it off when I'm actually playing the game, just on my own or in a normal group or whatever. I'll turn it on for raids, but that's about it. Oh yeah, the Shisu's Lua memory. I just kind of installed that as a possible precaution. With multiple mods added in. This was a problem with World of Warcraft. When you had a lot of interface add-ons, they would use up your video memory. And World of Warcraft normally was only, I believe, 32 megabytes. Could be wrong. It's been several years since I've done that game at all. Oh my god, the frames per second is just ridiculous. I don't know if it's just this area is horrible or if it is something going on my computer, because I'm hearing my hard drive chugging away over there. Oh my god, that's horrible. This is not how it normally is. Like I said, 60 to 80 frames per second, pretty solid. And anyways, so yeah, so the Lua memory thing allows you to add more video memory to the interface add-ons, so that way you don't have to worry about possibly running out. And I figure, you know, I've got 2 gigs on this card, and we'll probably in the next 2 to 3 months be upgrading to a either a 970 or 980, and we'll have 4 gigs on that. So I figure I can add more without having any problems. So the other things here to go over, we have the Greymine quick slot bar. That's this little bar that you see down here. Basically, instead of having to do this, hold down Q to bring up your quick slot and select something there, all it does is I can hit, oh crap, because I have the monkey thing on there. I think this mod came out after, since it came out after the beta period, it didn't have, oops, alright, there we are. It didn't have support for this little monkey that you got for participating in the open beta. So we'll remove him from there. And there we go. So now I can scan through. So now all I'm doing is basically just picking whatever I have on that quick slot, and then I can hit Q to activate it, just like you normally would. So instead of holding down Q, picking it, you just quickly go to it. And that, you know, the more, again, convenience item. And then we have, I haven't quite gone through all of these yet. Oh, the quest journal is pretty cool. It actually brings up an old school Morrowind style journal of the quest that you're on. And, you know, when you click on it, it brings up the details of the quest. I just thought, you know, kind of a fun little throwback there. So that's why I'm holding on to that one. What else do we have here? Yeah, there's the harvest map that has all the harvest points. Once I find them, they'll load up on the map. Khajiit speak, of course. Librarian. Ooh, Librarian is very nice. I probably don't have anything in it right now, but what it basically does in this game, unlike other Elder Scrolls games, you can't just pick up a book and keep it in your inventory, or keep it in your journal, sorry. Ugh, God. So you've got your Shalidor's library, which only has 297 books available to find. But the actual game has thousands, possibly. Who knows? I don't know the exact number. And none of those are kept track anywhere. So what this librarian mod does is whenever you read a book or a scroll or a letter or anything, just any random piece of paper laying on the ground, it adds it to the librarian dialogue, which I will bring up. Trying to remember what I used. Oh, B for books. And that's the, yes, secondary inventory. Good. So what that'll do is actually bring up, oh, so this must be not character dependent, because these are all books that I've picked up on Chandril. So anyways, once you have this interface up, then you can just click it and actually read through the book. And to me, the way that I play Elder Scrolls games, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, whatever, is I'm going through a dungeon, I'll come across a book, pick up the book, add it to my inventory, and keep on going on the dungeon. And then once I'm finished with that dungeon and the quest or whatever, and I get to an area where it makes sense, it's going to be, you know, kind of a safe area, then I'll go through and actually read through the book. And it annoyed me just in the first day. Oh, yeah, here we go. Frontier Conquest. Just going to add. Yep, book added to librarian. There we go. So it annoyed me that you either had to read the book right here because you can't take it with you, or just try to remember where the book was to be able to come back to it. So I like that this librarian add-on does that. So I can, even though I'm at the last page, it's not actually, this little marker here is saying that it's marked as, or it's not read. So I can hit R to mark as read, or R to mark as unread. So that way I know when I'm in the librarian dialogue that I can go in, Frontier Conquest down here. So I know, I haven't read that book yet, so I can go in and read it. Anyways, it's all role-playing, immersive stuff, and I like it. Loot drop brings up a little bounty. Interesting. Brings up a little notification here whenever you grab stuff, which I'll probably not use it because really what it's for is if you auto loot, and when you auto loot something, it just automatically goes into your bag, but gives you no indication of what you got until you actually go in and look at the bag. And this way I can see, oh, that was some junk. I can go ahead and dump it out. Of course, the mini map. No thank you. I'll probably actually have to turn it off to show what this does. It basically disables the... Here we go. Disables the spinning camera. Yeah, don't interrupt interactions. Don't rotate the game control. So while the map is up, I can still move around, walk around. And let me turn it off so I can show you how this works. Load the UI. Okay, so my character's here. If I go into inventory, it spins the guy around, pulls the camera in, and brings up the inventory. I guess you can still do the map on there, so that's okay. What was the other thing? I guess, yeah, when you hit escape, it spins the guy around, pulls the camera in. The no thank you, in addition to having several other things that it does, disables that. So as you can see, I pulled up the menu, guy stays down here, and we'll go to the no thank you. So you can block different types of messages if you want to do that. You can block friend alerts, screenshots saved, so none of these come up. It just basically gives you stuff that you want to filter out from cluttering up your interface. I mainly use it for these two though, and that way pull up the inventory and I'm still actually able to walk around. It's not interrupting what I'm actually doing in the game. So that's handy for if I'm, auto running. There it is. Auto running to find somebody. I can pull up my inventory, be able to grab something, do whatever I need to do, and then get back into the game without it pausing, zooming in on my character, and having the inventory there, and then going out and having to continue on where I was running. I know I'm explaining these things badly, but I figure showing it is a little better than trying to actually use my words. Alright, what else do we get? Painkiller is it removes all of the quest little pins. Like if you have a quest giver, the little pin that'll appear above their head, it removes that just to go with the whole immersion thing. It'll also remove them from the map if you have them configured to do that. So that way, in general, that's been a slight problem where if you have a quest giver that is here, let's just say, for instance, you got a quest giver sitting over here. You talk to them and they say, meet me at this place. But they don't actually say where that place is. They just say, meet me here. If you don't know where that's at, you're going to be running around trying to find it. Eventually you will, and that's no problem for me. I'm okay with the whole exploration thing. But the problem comes in when you meet them at this place and you do that step of the quest or whatever. If they then move to another location and the quest just says talk to so and so once you've completed that step of the quest, but they've moved to here now, you're over here expecting them to be there, but they're not. So now you're going all over the map trying to find them again. I ended up spending 3 hours one night last weekend, or was it last weekend? Yeah, last weekend, I think. Spent about 3 hours looking for one person because they would jump from the original location to another location to another location. It was like a 4 or 5 part quest to a final location. And it was on that final location that I was trying to find them, and I literally ran around the entire map, covering everywhere that I could think to cover to try to find them for about 3 hours. And it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning at that time, so I went back in and turned on the quest pin so that they would show up in my in the compass up here, just so I could see where the hell they were and get this quest completed. So what I would like to see is a companion mod to Painkiller, something that will go into the quest journal and actually do kind of like in Skyrim. There's an even better quest objectives mod that actually fully fleshes out the description to say, meet this one actually tells Kenarth's there we go, Kenarthy's Roost. This actually tells you where to go, but a lot of quests don't tell you where to go. And if somebody could make a mod like the Khajiit Speak mod that changes your dialogue options, I would think that they could go in and add more descriptions to the quest to say you need to go west of the town, or you need to go to this particular mountain, some sort of guideline, some sort of instruction on where to go, that you need to meet this person for that particular step of the quest. And then I think it would be nice, because then that way you can turn off your quest pins and actually do full exploration and find the people by actually looking for them and not just running around blindly for 3 hours and getting frustrated and tired and ready to go to sleep, and you could have finished this quest 3 hours ago and you didn't. So, but that's just me. So there's the slow dialogues, which I'll probably end up turning that off. Sky shards, I need to configure that so it's not actually showing up on the map all the time. The true exploration is the one that uncovers the map as you're going along. So in the normal game, of course, when you open up the map, it's all available to you, see everything that's out there. And I don't know, for me, I like the fog of war and actually having to go through and explore the map to uncover where everything is. To me, it makes it more, what's the word I'm looking for? Yes, it's immersive, but it also makes it more so that you actually learn where things are on the map. You're not just heading in a location and being like, okay, I need to go left and then right to get to this thing. So I'm gonna run up here, go left, and then go right, and I'll be at the location that I need to get to. Whereas with the true exploration, I don't know, it just seems like it encourages more looking around where you're at, what you're doing, and learning the area, learning the locations. And yeah. Oh, I see a sky shard. Which I see it on my on my compass here too. Oh, how do I get up to you? Is this? I'll check that one out later. Still under the assumption that I'm gonna make this kind of a short stream today. And I really do need to... Oh, hello, Sneaky Sneak. Yeah, I've got... with Dar, I'm going to basically be playing him more straight-laced. No stealing. He's just basically going to be kind of the goody two-shoes. Well, not goody two-shoes. He's going to kill shit. But, you know, he's not going to be stealing. He's not going to be doing any magic. At least not, like, massive magic. He's a dragon knight, so he's got some magic, but not, you know, fireballs and stuff like that. And Chandril, I'm playing her as, you know, kind of the... She's a good person overall, but she steals everything. Everything she comes across that she can steal, she's doing that. And I actually did a quest recently where you had to choose basically to kill one person or another, or kill them both, or let them both live, but they had to live together. And it was a kind of a dispute over a contract. I'm trying to keep it vague, so I'm not spoiling anything for anybody who hasn't played. And basically my thought at Chandra was, hey, you made this bed, you gotta lie in it now. You made a contract, you can't renege on the contract just because you don't want to. Or you know. So I made the choice with her to, you two deserve each other, you're staying together. And with this character, if I was to go through that same quest, it would basically be, no, person X, it deserves to die because it's an evil thing, so I'm going to go ahead and kill person X. Okay, so all this is the wicked stuff. I don't use most of this stuff, so I could probably actually disable a lot of them as well. But the enhanced chat brings up the little emotes thing. The enhanced HUD, I don't know. Oh, I think that one is, yeah, it gives the numbers down there. So for like your stamina and stuff like that, it gives actual numbers. The health of your target, it gives their actual numbers versus just having a bar. A little bit immersion breaking, but in a setting like this, like in an MMO, I find it nicer to have the actual numbers versus just an arbitrary bar. And what else do we got? Yeah, the full immersion hides things. The equip level and the equip borders, those are actually very handy. So the equip borders, see the little box around the thing. I don't have anything equipped here, so it tells you what you have on here. Right now it's just a standard item. No, it's not a green, it's not a blue or purple. So it gives you at a glance, like here's the green border, what you're equipped. So if you're, you know, if you got all these are green, but this is still white, you know, okay, I need to find some better shoulders because I'm running a little behind on my equipment level. This is the other thing that it adds to it, is the equipment level. So it gives you a number kind of derived from all of the all of the stuff that you have. So it's level 4, level 4, level 3, level 4, level 2, level 3, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So it basically takes all of those, adds them together, all the levels, and then gives you the median of that. So you know if you need to start finding some better equipment. Like if you're level 10 and your equipment level is level 5, then you know that you probably should start finding some newer, better equipment so that you can stay up to date. Otherwise you're not doing the damage that you could be doing. You're taking more damage than you should be taking, things like that. But the other thing about it is, if I might have to actually switch over to Chandril to show it, because she actually has some equipment damage. But basically what it does is it puts little percentage numbers in here, so you know exactly what damage your equipment has taken. So if you're getting pretty low, like 30-40% left, it's probably time that you need to go get that repaired or replaced. What else can I show? The quest trackers, this one here. Outfitter, I haven't actually been able to use it yet, just because I'm so low, so I don't have real different types of outfits to do. But that's this Wicked's Outfitter here. It allows you to set up different equipment configurations. Kind of similar to being able to switch weapons. So like you have your main, your offhand, and then you can have a second slot for weapons to be configured. But I don't know if this does weapons as well, or if it only does actual equipment, like the armor and rings and things like that. And I do need to find that out. But it basically lets you make equipment sets. So going back to the Final Fantasy XI example, excuse me, my main character on that was a red mage, and that basically meant I could do some white magic, I could do some black magic, and I could do some fighting. So I would have different equipment for those different roles. If I was going to be the healer of the group, I would have a robe and a staff and stuff that made me better at healing. If I was going to be a damage dealer, I would have a robe and a staff for more powerful black magic. And if I was going to be a tank or somebody pulling a mob to the group, I would have sword, shield, and some armor to be able to protect myself while I'm actually doing that. And I would set up macros to automatically swap what equipment I had on based on what role I was going to be playing in the group. This is kind of the same deal. And I imagine later on in the game, if you have maybe a helmet for giving you more health or more magic resistance or something like that, and you're fighting a enemy that does more magic, you'll swap to your magic resistance helmet, but it may not have as much physical damage protection. And then you go to fight another enemy that has more physical damage, doesn't do any magic attacks, so you switch back to the physical protection helmet. That's kind of what I'm thinking that the outfitter is going to be for. I'm curious to see if it works with the weapons, because if it does, that actually will kind of bypass this little limitation of being level 15, and that'd be kind of nice. So looking into that one pretty soon, actually. Mailbox, I'm not sure about. Macros, there are a ton of macros that you can set up. Excuse me, and hotkey them. Here's the macro window. So you can actually toggle the window to start recording a macro. I think I didn't know that was journal. I did this one for UI. What did I want to set? I need to figure out what I'm going to set up for the macro window. Anyways, 48, I think. Yeah. So you could set up 48 macros. And you can bring up the window, activate the macro directly that way, or you can actually hotkey individual macros and be able to just do them automatically. And so what I'm thinking, you got the outfitter, you got the macro window, you can have them set to do your equipment swapping right then and there, and just have a hotkey to say, okay, I need magic resistance. Hit your hotkey, all your gear and everything swaps out to your magic resistant gear. Okay, next mob we're fighting, I need damage resistance, so you swap to all that. So that is, I think, most of what I've come across here with the mods now. And basically all of these came in, it's called Wicked's Gaming Suite, I think. Yeah, I think it's called Wicked's Gaming Suite, and it basically just has them all in one download versus having to go and grab each one individually. Tim is an instant messenger in-game, TSO in-game messenger. I haven't actually had a chance to use it because it's been out of date for the new version of Elder Scrolls Online. So I don't know if that's actually going to be anything that I'll keep around. I probably won't. But yeah, you can actually find all of these on, I believe it's ESO UI. Oh, I probably could have just put that in the address bar. Oh. So you can find them on esoui.com. Stretch this out. Show the whole thing. And yeah, you got all your add-ons that you can scroll through, find different categories, or if you know the exact name of something like Wicked. So you can see all the add-ons that Wicked has, and the one that I did was Wicked's Gaming Suite. And so you got your download, and that basically just drops into your add-on folder, which is located in your documents, I think Elder Scrolls Online, and either Live or Live EU, based on if you're in the US or if you're in European servers. And then you just drop the add-on, the folder in there, and it will automatically be added to the game. You don't have to actually activate or deactivate. You don't have to worry about like the Nexus mod manager or mod organizer or anything like that, like you would with Skyrim. So it's nice and easy to get mods going, and because they're not nearly as pervasive as Skyrim mods, you don't really have to worry about them. If you have them loaded and you decide you don't like it, you can unload it, get rid of it, and it's not actually hurting anything in your game. So yeah, that's a quick look at the mods that I have set up here for my my Elder Scrolls Online game. And I think next time, which will probably be next week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday maybe, I don't know, I will continue on my quest with Dar. Zoom in here. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.